Okay. We can't be live on Twitter tonight, so we're live. But I guess what happened is everything upchucked at the same time. We have to have a premium account on X in order to be live on the Boogie on at Boogie WT Bull. So we're going to remove that because we don't have a premium account. So I apologize for that. And with that, we're live on the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook, and we're live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel because you don't have to have a premium channel on either one of them. So I apologize for that. Randy Rhodes is with us, and I heard other casters that use X are having the same problem. They can't. They can no longer be on X unless they have a premium X package, which allows you to live stream on X. So if you're watching us on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, you might not be able to watch us there anymore. We're also not coming up on my Dave Glovin page on Facebook. No, we're coming up on my Dave Glovin page on Facebook. So I don't know if we're live on Facebook right now.
I can check for you. Give me one moment.
I keep going to my profile and it's not there. So
well, let's see.
So, it's not coming up on my profile on Facebook. We're supposed to be, but it's not coming up on my profile live on Facebook.
I see you.
Okay, all right, it's not coming up on this device, and that just means that. All right, so come join me on the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook. We'll see you in the live chat on the broadcast screen, and we'll just try to figure it out as we go along. Got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Randy Rhodes is with us, and as I had said in all of the posts promoting tonight's broadcast, Randy Rhodes actually gets to talk tonight. He's going to tell you what he thinks about what happened in Pennsylvania on Saturday. He's going to tell you what he thinks about Joe Biden and his chances of becoming the Democrat nominee, as well as anything else that is of importance to those of you that are hopefully watching the broadcast. So come join us on the Boogie with the Bull channel in the YouTube live chat and join us on the Dave Glovin profile here on Facebook for the Facebook live chat, and we will be very happy to have you with us. Jen Woodruff cannot be with us tonight. I guess I don't want to call it a freak accident, but I guess a bee flew into her mouth, and the bee is no longer with the living, I understand.
Oh my God.
So our thoughts and prayers go out to Jen. It's not a fun thing, I'm sure, to have a bee fly into your mouth and try to prevent you from speaking. So here we are. Randy, what's up tonight?
Yeah, real quick about the bee thing. Many years ago, we owned a beautiful, gorgeous Siberian Husky. Oh my God, I loved him to death. We had him for 15 years. But when he was a puppy, he went out in the backyard and we saw him nosing in the ground. Couldn't figure out why. And then we started seeing these things flying around his head to realize that he found an underground bee's nest or hornet's nest. And the idiot was trying to eat them or play with them or whatever, but he eventually got bit, stung in his beak of his mouth, and his whole I guess the beak you call it just swelled up, right? So we rushed him to the pet emergency. Yes, isn't it terrible?
Hold on a second. Yeah, they thought they had Studio B booked tonight, but unfortunately they don't.
They got double booked. So anyway,
they're out. They're not upset. They're complaining to management as to why they don't have Studio B tonight.
So we rushed them to the pet emergency, which is a hospital, a bed hospital for like after hours, weekends kind of thing, or like emergencies, like a dog gets hit or whatever. But anyways, we took him there, spent over $200, and all they freaking gave him was what we had in the cupboard at home, was amphetamine or something like that, where you just take him for allergies. So his beak went right back down to where normal again, right? And the damn dog went right back out to the same spot where he got stung before. So I had to eventually had to call a pest control guy, and he came out and he destroyed the nest for us. He said the nest had the size of the nest would have been around 20,000 bees. And I'm trying to think of 20,000 bees underneath our backyard. Holy hell. Anyways, talking about what has recently been coming out in the news. Okay, here is Randy Rhodes' personal opinion. The Democrats suck, okay? The lady in charge of the Secret Service should have her ass fired. And whoever's in control of the international news and so forth should have their asses fired. They knew a week ago that there was Iran was threatening to kill Trump at this rally. They knew a week ago. So they supposedly notified the Secret Service to boost up the protection detail for Trump, which begs to offer, what in the hell they call beefing up security when a 20-year-old kid can get to within 200 yards of President Trump with a rifle in his hands to take at least 2 shots at the president, which one hit and one killed a person before he himself was killed. I'm sorry, that's absolutely ridiculous. Heads should roll, figuratively speaking, okay, and that people should lose their jobs. Trump showed up at the rally yesterday with a bandage on his ear. From what I understand from Newsmax, he actually lost a chunk of his ear. So it'd be interesting to see if he's going to get like prosthetics to cover up the whole or the missing part of his ear, or if he's going to have a hearing aid. Who knows? But his wife actually saw him being shot on TV when she was watching the rally. So she went into panic mode. And they actually learned a lesson. They actually at the convention yesterday, they had all male Secret Service guys who were at least Trump's size, if not bigger, to protect him. So they learned from that. I think the females who were there at the Pennsylvania rally should have be reassigned to desk duty or some bullshit, because they were not doing their job right. They were cowering when the bullets were flying when they should be protecting the president. There's just so much going on as far as emotions. Trump is backing a GoFundMe for the deceased family and the wounded. The last I saw was like what, 5 million plus in the bank account for them. I know it's not going to bring back the father or help with the wounds to forget that trauma, but at least they won't have to worry about paying bills and things like that. She did indicate the wife of the deceased did indicate that Trump, as well as Biden, has not yet called to talk to the family. And that's one of those kind of situations where, what do you do? Your husband, this person was killed because she was at your rally, and your Secret Service was responsible for making sure the rally was safe, and they failed in that attempt. And because of that, her husband lost his life. So do you call and say, I'm sorry for the loss of your husband? It should never happen. How do you broach that conversation?
I don't know. I mean, if you're the president, and you're Biden, you do the right thing. You pick up the phone, you call the family, and you say something. Tell them how sorry you are for what happened. I did see a couple of clips from a press conference, I guess, where he said that he had attempted to talk to President Trump, I guess, while he was at the hospital. He was going to try again later as soon as he got to talk to President Trump.
He claims he did it. He claims he finally he claims that he finally made contact with Trump, and they talked for a little bit. He actually called him Donald, which is isn't that cute? He called him Donald. But I don't know. There's just so many things going on. I wouldn't if I was Donald Trump, if I was President Donald Trump, I would hire more private security guards for myself, and I would depend on them more for my own personal safety, as opposed to thinking the Secret Service has my best interests on their mind, especially after the fiasco of Saturday. So that's my personal opinion with that. I do think, though, that Biden, even after the fact, was still bad mouthing and making comments about Trump to almost continue the narrative of taking a shot at him. I know the media is, the news media is. I mean, I do like the fact that Mike Black, is it Mike Black, the singer, the comedian? Jack Black. He is actually on tour, okay? And I think it was his drummer or his bass player, one of his band members, made a public comment before going on stage that that hopefully the next guy doesn't miss his shot at Donald Trump. But there's worded differently, but essentially saying that he's sorry the first shot didn't get him, but hopefully the second one will. And Jack Black, I'm not sure where his political affiliations lie, but because of that comment, he claims that he is going to cancel any future concerts until further notice. Now, I guess he's going to probably cancel all future concerts until he gets the guy replaced, but he's not going to be in concert. So I give him kudos for that.
Kudos for that. I have to apologize to everybody. It looks like the Android 11 monitor, which gives me the Facebook live chat, has decided it's an Android piece of junk. So it's not.
Android piece of junk.
It's not working. It seems to, when I click on it so that I can get in and see the live chat, it thinks it's going live on that monitor. So I don't know. So I'm watching on my phone. So I apologize if people get missed. I did want to acknowledge that Mama D, Denise is watching, Craig Peterson is watching, Gemini Lava Fangs, my buddy, is watching, Ludi Reyna is watching, and Elise, the chat group god on Messenger, is watching. Or at one time he was the chat group god on Messenger, is watching. So bear with me. We will get your comments in as best as we can tonight. We're live on the Dave Glovin profile, and we're actually live on the Boogie YouTube channel as well. I don't know. It seemed that just before we went live, a massive seizure hit everything in the Boogie with Bull studio, so I apologize for that. We're doing the best that we can. Also, Gene Banks is watching. So as I tell people, it's more fun to watch live radio because then you get to see how everybody scrambles around to try to figure things out as technical stuff happens. Anyway, Randy, what else?
Yeah. Just a heads up, guys. I have a massive storm hitting my neighborhood right now. So if you see me jump, that's because a bolt of lightning came through my house.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe a bolt of lightning hit the house or something. Because
my mom always said, "Don't be on the phone or in the bathtub when there's a storm."
For some strange reason, this monitor, which has never been used live, thinks that it is actually live right now, not the Chromebook, which knows that it's live, and there's no way to get it out of that. So we may have to break down and buy brand new equipment.
I'm going to go through and read some news ads here. So Pelosi is on the phones as we speak to oust Biden as Democrat mutiny continues. Let's see what else we have here. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is leading the effort to oust Biden. She is convinced that Biden will lose and has been working the phones since the debate last month to try and oust him as a Democrat candidate. I also saw that the Democrats are trying their damnedest to get as many votes ahead of time before their convention to lock in Biden so they can kick Kennedy out, which I think is bullshit. Let's see. Oh, did you hear about that Democrat guy? He was arrested for taking bribes and gold and that luxury car and his wife. So
actually, but doesn't Nancy have a vested interest if her nephew Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, if he were to get the Democrat nomination and somehow figure out a way to beat Trump, which I don't believe is possible, but if he did, wouldn't Nancy be posed for a good job in the government where she just gets paid lots of money to do nothing, which is pretty much what she does now anyway?
Oh yeah, I mean, you would think that if he got in and actually got into the White House, that he would have a nice spot for Nancy. So yes, that's a possibility. I want to see get the guy's name here. I think he's from Maryland. For taking bribes. Yeah, they actually caught him with he had gold and other kinds of precious minerals. I would not remember, got gold and silver, something like that. And plus, he was given a luxury car. Of course, his lawyer, Senator Bob Menendez, was found guilty on all counts. So he's going to be spending some time in prison. Yeah. And his wife would be following him, but apparently she has cancer.
Not to the same prison, of course.
Well, no, right across the street. But
I wonder if you're in prison for life and you get conjugal visits, and your wife or husband is across the street in the other prison. Do they just send you both to see each other?
More than likely, especially since he is a political hierarchy kind of.
That's a terrible question, and Mama D should jump through the monitor and slap me for even asking that.
I mean, at 30s, are they still getting it on?
Yeah. For some strange reason, this monitor just thinks that it is going live, and
he took bribes from Qatar and Egypt, including gold bars from Mercedes-Benz and cash at $480,000 in cash, which the FBI found stuffed into closets and jackets bearing his wife's name. So I'm trying to see how long he's going to be spending in prison. Sad and somber day. So I can't see how long he's going to be in prison. But he's going to be going to prison soon. And his wife, after she gets cured of her cancer or whatever, she's going to be following him as well for taking bribes. I wonder if that's one of those deals where, he convinced her, this is a good deal. Yeah, no one's going to know. Pelosi's going to protect us. Don't worry, sweetheart. Just take the money, take the furs, and enjoy life. I told you when they caught.
Maybe he did it because she's got cancer and he can't afford the medical treatments.
That's a possibility too. Yeah.
But I don't think that's true. They have Congress Care, which is the best healthcare insurance company in the world. So maybe they can. Maybe they can do something that way. Let me try one other monitor here.
It is raining like crazy here.
See if this monitor does what it.
How about Elon Musk supposedly going to be donating $45 million a month towards
to President Trump? Yep, I heard that. I did in fact read that. Okay, let's see. We got this going here. Maybe this is just. There we go. We got a live chat. Okay, that monitor is officially dead. So I apologize to everybody. We have the Boogie with the Bull live chat on the Dave Glovin profile over here on Facebook, and I can actually see what everybody is saying, and we're all rocking and rolling. So
with all these asteroids that have been passing past Earth the past several weeks, a couple of months. Here's one that's it's going to skim past Earth. It's the size of the Eiffel Tower. God, one of these days we're going to catch one. I mean, it's just a matter of time that one of those buggers is going to hit the Earth, and we'll be, we might be living in one of those movies where the asteroid turns the tilt of Earth just enough to turn our face away from the sun, and we get all these tidal waves and the snow and change in weather and so forth. So people are happy about Supreme Court, about the decision, about the immunity case. Plus, they're very happy about the taking away the secret document case that was being charged against him. Yeah. So the all the legal problems of his is starting to go away.
They are.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's point the Democrats are just kind of like, sorry.
If he keeps this up, he might be reelected president.
Hey, might,
All right, let's see what else is going on here. Mary Kay Dunham is watching. Now this monitor is just going to go crazy. This is what happens. I'm sorry. We just have old monitors here that just decided to upchuck and do whatever at the same time. But we're doing our best here, folks. So if you're in the live chat on the Dave Glovin profile, we'll do our best to get you on the screen. If we read your comments, and even if we don't read your comments, at least now I can read your comments and make sure we keep people involved in the broadcast. I did not send this broadcast out to the normal 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 groups that we normally do because I embarrassed myself profusely running around here like a maniac trying to get this broadcast started. So if anybody feels inclined, please share the broadcast on Facebook, and we would appreciate it. And if you don't, I understand. These things happen. We can only do so much. Facebook says there are 7 million people watching right now, and they got the treat of their life, all because technology decided to act the way it was. But yeah, as Randy is saying, I'm at the point right now where if you don't think this was a calculated attack Saturday in Pennsylvania, then I think you need to pull your head out of the portion of your anatomy that you sit on for a few minutes and look around. there is a meme that no one can verify, but it basically implies that one of the sharpshooters said that he had a clear shot for 3 minutes on the perpetrator and could have taken him out at any time before the shots started firing. Now, I can equate that to an understanding that there may be a chain of command and he had to ask whoever he was working for, because evidently it appears that he was contracted law enforcement or a SWAT officer, and he was there, they were there at their post. So maybe he had to get permission from SWAT, who had to get permission from the SS before they could do it. Unlike in most cases, you want to think a sharpshooter is just going to go ahead and take the damn shot and answer it later. Because if they did, maybe this would not have happened. My biggest fear is that if they had taken the shot then, you find out that there were others armed inside of the rally that were close enough that they might have been able to get a shot off. I don't know, and I don't really want to know. I honestly don't think we're going to get the truth about this, because the United States Secret Service is owned and operated by the Department of Homeland Security under our favorite secretary, Secretary Alejandro, may kiss my ass for all I'm going to say. It's Mayorkas, but I'm going to call him may kiss my ass. Because I don't believe that with bad blood with him and or President Trump and or Republicans in the House and Senate, that DHS is going to accurately and fairly report this. I don't believe that the Secret Service may accurately report this to us or ever report this to us. I also don't trust that the weaponized director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Christopher Wray, who is a holdover from the Trump administration as director with bad blood that his boss, Joe Biden, and Marinated in Garlic have, that we're going to get any answers, and we're going to get any answers anytime soon. So I mean, I want to say, yeah, we're going to get all the answers we need. We're going to get the answers tomorrow. The guilty are going to pay, except for the ones that are already dead. What the government has to do to, or the Trump campaign has to do to take care of the people, the person who died, the people that were injured. I hope they meet those responsibilities. But I don't know. The whole thing just smells, and it smells really bad. Danny Campbell is also watching Boogie with the Bull Tuesday Night Live. Yeah. Danny, as you know, has watched more Boogie with the Bull broadcasts than anybody else in the history of Boogie with the Bull. He's even watched a few episodes that I haven't watched.
So the comment that was made, the group's called Tenacious D, okay, and it was a birthday cake was being presented to the one performer, okay, and Kyle Gass, okay, and Kyle Gass said they asked him what you want for your birthday wish, and he said next time don't miss, and of course now he's apologizing left and right because he got his ass spanked by Jack Black. I still can't believe that Jack Black's going to. Jack Black mentioned he's going to cancel all his concerts. I don't think he's going to cancel the one where he made the comment, sure, but to cancel every single one, I don't know. I wish I could play this for you now, but I can't. Because this video just popped up about U.S. receives new intel on Iranian plot to kill Trump. that's still ongoing. Don't try and take him out. Uh, uh, you know, is he going to survive between now and the election? And now with all these open threats to take him out, I don't know. It's going to be the Secret Service got their job ahead of them to keep his ass safe.
They do. They do. This is just not working right. I had a meme I was going to stick up on the screen, and it's just not coming there.
It's not.
It's just not coming there. Some days you just want to grab all the technology, throw it off the desk, jump up and down on it, and then say to my wife, I have to go buy new stuff because the stuff that I have just isn't working. I had a beautiful meme that I was going to show up that shows Kyle Rittenhouse dressed in a suit, and it says Kyle Rittenhouse for Secret Service Director 2024. And I was going to flash that all over the screen during today's broadcast because I thought that would have been perfect, but for some strange reason, it is not letting me. It's not letting me find it and put it up on the screen. Anyway, that's what happens when you have Chromebooks. So I think the next computer we get is going to be a Windows 11 laptop or tower or something, and we can go from there. Anyway, we're live with Randy Rhodes tonight on Boogie with the Bull. All hell breaks loose. Tuesday night live. And we're just doing our best to get through the broadcast. If you're in the live chats on the Dave Glovin profile or you're watching on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and you're in the live chat over there, please say hi. Those of you that were going to try to watch us on X, if you follow me on at Boogie WT Bull, can no longer follow me on at Boogie WT Bull with the broadcast because I guess X has gone professional and you have to have a verified premium account in order to be an X broadcaster, and the No Bunch Broadcasting Company unfortunately does not make enough pennies off of X to be able to do that. So what we may do is we may start doing genealogy broadcasts with Randy Rhodes, and one day maybe we'll go.
You never know.
We'll go from there. Speaking of that, hey, we talked about it all the time on Boogie with the Bull broadcasts with Randy, and even when Randy wasn't here, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy Services is the mission that Randy Rhodes was born into. Yes, Randy Rhodes, I believe, was in the military at one time, a highly decorated veteran. He was in the hospitality industry at one time. Was in a lot of trouble at one time. No, but
you're hitting it.
But Randy, as I have said before, lives, breathes, eats, sleeps, drinks, and anything else in life, genealogy. He has access to like 150 million genealogical type databases on his iPad alone. And if you have seen Randy in bed on the days when he can't make it to his desk, he has phones and laptops and iPads all over his bed, and he works to find the information that he can about you. And unfortunately, yes, when something is good, you have to pay for it. What you pay is a lot less than what you would pay for anyone else to do it, and the anyone else that you do it probably doesn't give you the amount of access to him to do this stuff for you. So if you're thinking about it, go find Randy Rhodes and tell him that you are interested. Go to the Randy Rhodes profile on Facebook and message him. Go to Facebook Messenger and message him and let him know. If you contact Randy and you let him know that you heard about this on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, Randy Rhodes has said he will give you the first 10 years of service free.
Hey, hold on.
Absolutely free. No, if you contact Randy and you tell him that you are interested, he will give you a free, no cost, 10-day chance of having him do all of this stuff for you. And he finds really good stuff. So if you're thinking about it, please go there and help him out.
Yeah.
And now we get back to the Randy Rhodes show already in progress.
But people ask, why is it so important that we, do our research on our family? And I've said this on many shows, and I'll say it to I'm blue in the face. If it wasn't for what our ancestors went through to get here, we wouldn't be here. We would, first off, we wouldn't be a nation. But when you can take consideration that for the most part, our ancestors all came from Europe, okay? France, Germany, Italy, and a couple other countries, primarily Spain. And they all came here. They left, I would say their comfortable life, because obviously the life back then, was rough. If you caught a cold, you probably died from it because they didn't have the medicine to treat the cold, or the unsanitary way they lived. And I can go into details of things I found and learned about people's ancestors. For an example, amongst royalty, it was a challenge to get the position of being in charge of the king's toiletry, cleanliness. And the reason why is that the king was extremely exposed. He's taking this dump, and you're waiting to wipe his ass, and you could take out his life if you wanted to. But the knights would fight for the right to wipe the king's ass, because other knights would pay them money to stick a little thought into the king's ear as to what they would want for themselves. And if the king saw fit to do what the knights wanted, they benefit from it. So they would pay this knight extra money to do that. And they would fight for the right to wipe his ass and empty his bucket. But it goes beyond that. When you look at today, okay, and you see how the children, the youth, treat their parents, their grandparents, their siblings, how they treat our government, the police, and then to think back what our ancestors did to get here. There's one client, her ancestors, survived the fire of London in 1500s. So London burned to the ground, okay? And her ancestors survived that. And they decided, now's a good time to leave London. Let's go to the New World. So they go to the New World, only to be exposed to an attack on their fort by the local natives, and where half of this person's family got wiped out from the ambush. And then it went on, and then they went into the Bacon War and so forth. I mean, everything that they survived, all the wars, all the illnesses, all the cold, the lack of food, or whatever, to survive, to create that home, to provide a safe haven for their family, so that we can come here and give it away, to just throw it away, to dump on it like our youth is. That's what pisses me off. They don't realize what their ancestors went through to bring them into this world. And it's just so frustrating to see
It is.
how they do this, but maybe one day their eyes will all open up and they'll realize that, they realize they were stupid. I can only hope and pray,
We are just, playing off of what you just said, we are just stupid. I mean, I know in my dementia state most days I can't remember, but I coined something, the Randy Rhodes or the Rhodes Doctrine, because Randy had made the same comment every day. The Democrats told us what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, when they were going to do it, why they were going to do it, made sure we understood exactly when they were going to do it, and then right in front of our faces told us they were doing it. Why? Because they figured that they were just going to get away with it. They took the 2020 election from us, okay? And I don't care at this point if I get booted off of Facebook or YouTube boots me off, because I said recently YouTube's been really nice. I haven't had a YouTube violation in God, I can't remember how long when. But at this point, I don't care anymore. Our country is going down the effing toilet every day, a little more every single day. And sooner or later, so much of it is going to be down there that, I don't know. I pray to God every day that Donald Trump didn't have any long-term injury like hearing loss, or especially because now people know that, let's see, the standing, stage left, which would be his right ear, that bullet went whizzing right past. And, so unfortunately, if anyone was watching and realized that, even the doctor said supposedly if he had turned his head just inches to the left, we'd all be dressed in black tonight.
Yeah.
On this broadcast.
I mean, they showed an image of his head, the brain, and they showed that if he had just kept looking straight ahead, that bullet would have gone like a half inch into his brain. But because he turned his head to look at the monitor, it hit his ear. Now they did say it did take a chunk of his ear. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to play that off. If they're going to, do some plastic surgery, they're going to do, maybe some, Play-Doh. I don't know. But it'd be interesting to see how they, heal his ear, if he's going to have a hearing aid, to wear or whatever,
Yeah, I mean, it just, it's sad times. It's sad times. And I don't want anybody to think that just because they came and tried to gun down President Trump, that it doesn't mean that some wacko fanatic on whatever is going to come and try to do something to the current president or someone else. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is. And it's not wanting to come here every day and say, hey, people, it's time to wake up. It's not wanting to come here every day and harp about what happened the day before, or 2 days before, or a week before. But I don't know what to tell people anymore.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you can only tell people, for so long, to wake up and look around and see what is going on, what's happening in our country.
Yep.
Look at England. England has had elections in their one district, and a Muslim won the election because they've outnumbered the English citizens. They've allowed themselves to be overpopulated by Muslims. And now they're starting to realize they're going to be a Muslim nation before much longer.
Yeah. I know the mayor of London is.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, I want to say, because I'm not 100% sure, but is the current prime minister one, or is the current prime minister still in English?
I don't know. I don't know if he is or not.
But it's sad. I mean, it's sad. And meanwhile, over in Ukraine, they're doing a wonderful job guarding about $7 trillion of our dollars while this country goes down the toilet.
Yeah.
It cracks me up every time you hear President Biden hint, well, we gave them all this money so they could buy U.S. weapons.
Now the Prime Minister of England is English.
It's still English. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do know that Ukraine is getting a little bit better in their shots at Russia. And I do know the threat against us is getting more by Russia is getting more pronounced as far as nuclear hits. So we may suffer.
I'm curious how quickly Vladimir Putin got on the phone with President Trump to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, I wonder if he did. I wonder if he did talk to him.
You know, I'm wondering how sure. And I'm also wondering if want to be at the big boys and girls table, Kim Jong-un called in. You know, to see. You know, I'm sure the first call he got was from Melania Trump, who probably said, "You know what, Donald, you're packing it up and you're coming home. I am not burying you. You have a wife. You have two ex-wives. You have a wife. You have children. You have grandchildren. Your son who just graduated high school, who in 17 years is probably going to be the heir apparent to the presidency of the United States." You know, I wonder if she said, you know, remember, I heard that guy Dave and Randy talking about it. And Randy said, yeah, if he was you, he'd just take all that money and cash it in and go buy an island somewhere and charter it the People's Republic of Leaving the Fuckalonica. That was always going to be mine if I ever came up with enough money to buy an island and start a country. The People's Republic of Leaving the Fuckalonica.
You know, I still blows me away that even after the assassination attempt, the very first thought he was for the people. You know, raising his hand, he said, "Fight, fight, fight," and he's at the convention. It's like, you know, damn, that would, you know, if that was me, that would have been a wake and a call, you know?
They wasted too much time. I heard Jen yesterday when you guys were on with William Rayfield, the Patriots Lab, said that I guess the rule is they have 90 seconds to get him off the stage. There is no reason to me why once they formed the human shield over him, they didn't just walk him under the human shield as far to the edge of the stage as they could have and put his ass in a car and drove him away. Now, I understand that he's Donald Trump, and I understand that I don't want to finally get the Trump interview where I get to say, why didn't you just get off the stage and go? I understand who you are. I understand that it was important to show everybody that you were okay and that you were going to walk off the stage if you could to show everybody that you were okay. But they were gutting at you. You didn't know if more was in there, and basically it's those people's job to just pick you up, whether they're male or female. It's their job to pick you up, throw you in something, and get you the hell out of there. And, you know,
yeah, I mean, big guy aside, I mean, those 5 or 6 men should have been prepared to be able to pick him up and carry him down those stairs. What surprised me too was the whole
team should have been able to do it. I mean, honestly, if I was the president of the United States, I'm a small guy. I'm 5'7" and I weigh 185 pounds. But if one of those women wanted to make sure I got down so the rest of the men could pick me up and carry me out, they would have just racked me. I would have gone down in pain, and they would have grabbed me and threw me in whatever and thrown me out of there.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't move the vehicle closer to the podium. They made him walk, get carried to the car. I'm surprised
Well,
they didn't move
no, they
closer.
got him. It looked like they got him to the right. They got him to a black SUV. Whether or not
Right.
that was the black SUV that he needed to be in, I honestly don't know. There was an ambulance there from, I think, Allegheny Ambulance Service or something like that was there. I don't understand why that ambulance wasn't there. So the minute they got him off, they threw him in that ambulance. The motorcade took him to wherever he was going. You know, I mean, if it was me, I'd probably be dead. I wouldn't be the president anymore. I'd be dead.
That's not dead you. Who cares?
But, you know, well, there's never going to be a Jewish president, so you don't have to worry about me being president. And with
Yeah,
dementia
you don't think so?
and pre-Parkinson's, they're not going to elect me. And being Jewish, they're not going to elect me to be president of the United States anytime soon. Plus, I'm not going to be president of the United States anyway. I'm hoping for Donald Trump to be elected president in November. And when he calls me and says, David, my son, what would you like for doing your best to help me get elected? I want to be chairman of the FCC. I've already told that story so many times. Sometimes it's not funny. Then, as chairman of the FCC, I will finally order the long-awaited social media reforms. And then, while President Trump is still president, I will create a separate department within the FCC that only deals with the FCC. And then only I will ask Donald Trump to add it to the cabinet as its own cabinet level department, the Department of the Internet, and make me the first secretary on a life term. But anyway, we don't need to hear that anymore. People in the live chat, you're more than welcome to bring up anything that you would like us to discuss. I do have to apologize. The little monitor that I'm using now did crash a moment ago, and I lost the live chat. It's back. It's working. So, if there's anything you would like to see us discuss, please feel free to bring it up, and we will move on to that. I sent the broadcast to about 13, 14, 15 groups, I think, that have a sense of humor and would probably keep it in there because we are talking about things we normally talk about on the broadcast. We have gotten a little comical because of the total meltdown of the Boogie with the Bull broadcast. And Jane O'Malley, my buddy, says the RNC is exciting here in Milwaukee. I'm sure it is, Jay. I have always thought it would be awesome to get press credentials or media credentials to be there and do Boogie with the Bull live from both conventions. I just think it would have been totally awesome to just be able to have free access to walk around and find people in the hallways between sessions, or just find people and be able to interview them and do things like that. Belinda Eckert says, there it is. Glad you're here. Clean it up. Been watching. Yep. We're doing our best. We'll get through this one, Belinda. We really will. And I actually have to be honest with people. I enjoy when this stuff happens and the technology doesn't work and people have to see me rant and rave and pray and swear that we're going to run out tomorrow and have a $40 million studio built and get it right. But we will do our best. We will absolutely do our best. We will do our part to make sure we clean this country up. We will make sure every American gets out and votes. Hopefully Republican. Conservative Patriots. Go ahead, Randy. You got something?
I don't think there's a shovel big enough to clean this mess up.
Okay. Well,
is there? I don't know. I mean,
I got Papa's special ice cream shovel that was given to me on I forget which whether it was a birthday, Christmas, or whatever. I got that from my grandson.
See, now you're not being fair. It's been since I don't drive.
I don't drive. I wish I did.
But you have people who drive you around, and I don't have that. I would love to be able to go to like an ice cream shop or something like that. I go out to the store and get some ice cream. Oh my, God, it's been so long since I've had popsicles and vanilla ice cream with dark chocolate icing on it. Oh my God! And of course, my daughter said, "Oh, Dad, it's not good for you. It's not good for your health." I don't care. I'm old enough right now. I don't care.
Fortunately, the Chinese buffet we go to, Orange Buffet over in Orange Park,
God, yeah.
has all you can eat ice cream in the dessert section. So I keep joking with my grandson that one of these days we're just going to go over there with a bunch of people and sit and eat ice cream.
There's this comedian. I'm not sure what his name is, but the guy's huge. The guy's fat. He's like 400, 500 pounds.
And eat ice cream. And usually it's good ice cream too. I don't know. One we used to go to has Turkey Hill. I don't know where Orange Buffet gets their ice cream from. I'll have to ask them the next time. Jane O'Malley says she's tearing up and crying but laughing too. Sometimes we are too. Belinda Eckert says that she makes her own ice cream. Local market has whole milk and it's yum churned. I don't know what yum churned is, but I would actually like to do that. It would actually be wicked cool to sit there and hand churn my own ice cream. I think that would be one of the coolest things in the world, because I know you can buy the electric ones where you throw in all the ice and then you throw in other stuff, all the stuff that you want, and then you plug that in and you turn it on and it makes it, but then I think you have to freeze it before you can eat it. So it's not the same. There are a lot of things are missing these days. A lot of things that we take for granted. Like our parents went out, our grandparents took our parents out to where they made ice cream by hand every day. And we need to get back to those days. We need to get back to the days where you go to the grocery store and $400 buys you 14 bags of groceries instead.
Oh my God, yeah. I remember
that. And don't even get me started on meat these days, because I am getting to the point where I see so many of these 3D printer making meat or something claimed to be meat YouTubes every single day that I'm starting to believe that that's all meat is, regardless of what it says on the label and where you get it from. It's this 3D garbage.
Yeah, those on the left have a war against livestock. They want to get rid of all the farm animals that God gave us to eat. Okay. And they're telling us to make our food artificially by putting this into this machine, and out pops this gorgeous, prime rib steak or fried chicken or whatever the hell it is. And that's why you see the attack on the chicken farms, and the attack on the beef industry to get rid of them, and the cow farts, all this bullshit. They want to get rid of our way of eating.
I want to wonder if farts in the House and Senate chambers create more carbon bad stuff than cow farts in the field.
I don't know.
Outside. I want to know how much bad carbon gas is floating around the Capitol building, and whether or not it's more inside the building than it is outside of the building.
Well, they have those machines now that is able to determine the levels of stink. We watch these CSI programs on TV, and it shows how they can take something and take the aroma of whatever it is and break it down into its molecular structure and tell you exactly what it's made from. Yeah, your fart was made from 95% hamburger beef to 20. It's like, okay.
The problem is, I don't think any of these people know what they're talking about on the left side when they say this is bad for you and that is bad for you, because by the same token, all of those people wanted to shove that arm candy in your arm, and then we can go and we can push that back to, like I say, every time the vaccine comes up. If you go back and you can find what was floating around Facebook back in 2018, because most of it's been destroyed, removed, taken off of Facebook. Coronavirus 2030 was a 10-year plan to get rid of about 500 million of us.
Yeah.
And they were doing it, they were talking about it out in the open. And I don't know. I hope we're still here. I close my eyes every night. Maybe it's because I'm bipolar and I got dementia and I got pre-Parkinson's and I say my prayers. I talk to my dad every night before I go to bed and wonder whether or not I'm going to wake up in the next morning, and I hope that I do. And I hope that it's not worse than it was when I went to bed.
Yeah, the other day, I don't know what the hell happened. Sometimes in the morning I'll do like a little 10-15 morning broadcast in my backyard, and I started off with, I'm out in the backyard walking, and there must be like a hole or something in my backyard, and I hit that and nearly fell on my face. So I jolted my right hip. That night I rearranged my daughter's bedroom furniture, but then when I went to bed that night, I woke up freezing my ass off. I felt like I was in a freezer, and I was in so much pain, and I had to urinate so damn bad. And I'm thinking to myself, damn it, the COVID came back, right? So, my wife and I, we sleep in separate bedrooms, and I'm screaming my head off in pain, screaming for help to get out of bed. So I go to the bathroom. It must be like 5-10 minutes of my screaming before my wife finally heard me and came and she helped me, got back to bed, still freezing my ass off. And then I went into the sweats. And then, I woke up with gout in my right foot. And it's like, holy shit, what did I do to deserve this, But, there are some days where I think to myself, the amount of pain that I'm in, is it really worth being alive,
Yes. Because if you weren't here, up in heaven, you're going to relax. Or down in hell, you're going to wish you were still here. So my belief is that I want to be here as long as I can. I'm 62 years old, and I'd love to be here another 62 years. I'll be 134. If I do that, I can't tell you what life will be like when I'm 134, or what I think life will be like when I'm 134. But I guess I just decided a long time ago that I was going to stay here forever. Because
you want to continue being our pain in the ass.
Well, that's when you do something. I always said my grandfather said, you can be whatever you want to be in life, just make sure you're the best.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if I want to be a pain in the ass, I'm going to be the best pain in the ass.
You be the best pain, and you are very successful in that endeavors.
Thank you. Anyway, it's about 8:18 on Tuesday night. I'm Dave Glovin. You're not. Randy Rhodes is with me. Jed Woodruff could not be with us tonight. From what I understand, the bee lost, but Jed's mouth did not. So I wish her well. I only wish that Jesse had the cameras going in the in the Jen Woodruff studio because I'm sure we finally would have gotten that one broadcast when Jen just let it go.
Yeah. That one curse word. Oh, come on. She had to. Oh my God.
Let's see. Mama D is watching us. That's Denise. We'll butcher her last name, so I'm not even going to try to say it. But Mama D, or if you hear me talk about Mama D, that's Denise. She's watching. Jane O'Malley is watching. Belinda Eckert is watching. Belinda is new. I hope you keep watching. Jane O'Malley's my buddy. She either watches us in the morning, watches us in the evening, watches the podcast when we're not live if she misses it, and everybody else who's watching. I did finally send it out to the rest of the group that I normally do. Sometimes when I say I'm not going to send it out to everybody, I send it out anyway, and I hope that those groups allow it to be in there, even if we go way off track and just start having fun and doing whatever we can, because sometimes it's fun to show that we are human, just like you. And
we're human.
Or I'm not gonna say we all put our pants on one leg at a time, because I don't do that. I lay on the bed, I put both of my legs into the pants, and then I jump up and pull at the same time so that I land in my pants with both legs in there. But that's more information than you need to know. Or that famous question that Randy Rhodes tries to get me to answer, like he can always see the shirt that I'm wearing, but what am I wearing underneath? And I just tell people that you just have to imagine whatever. Like I could be I'd be very happy being a court judge one day, because you just wouldn't know what I'm wearing under my robe. If I ever got to interview Judge Judy and she showed up in the robe, that would probably be one of the questions. I'd probably get set. She'd probably slap me with contempt of court and banish me from broadcasting for the rest of my life for asking her that. But I always wanted to ask them like that, or questions like I've always wanted to have Bill Gates on and ask him what he carries in his wallet. I was curious what Warren Buffett would answer, and I guess Warren Buffett actually pulled out his wallet and showed what was in it. And I think there's one credit card, I don't remember. There is he has a McDonald's Gold card that gets you food for life, free from any McDonald's. Supposedly, Bill Gates has one that gets him free food from any McDonald's restaurant anywhere in the world. While Warren Buffett says that his is only good at Omaha, Nebraska area McDonald's, which is where he lives. But and then I think he said something like he had like $400 broken down in different bills, and then I think he said he had another 100 broken down in smaller bills so that he could tip if he went out. The dogs are still upset that they couldn't get into Studio B tonight. I told them that it was overbooked. And
you gotta love it.
And they're just one of these days I want to give them their own mic and put a camera out there so they can be on the broadcast.
Oh, wouldn't that be neat?
On the broadcast too. But say something, Randy.
There will be I'm going to be taking over our assistant a Facebook page. Since I joined the union camp here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, one of the gentlemen who is responsible for their Facebook page is having some health issues. So they knew about my, abilities to do stuff on Facebook and so forth. So they're looking to add me on as an administrator moderator for their particular camp. So that'll be up and coming soon. I'll make an announcement, and direct you guys so you go check it out.
They know of your abilities to step on Facebook. I like that.
Right.
I can just see Randy out there at 4:00 in the morning stomping on Facebook.
And obviously, these flags in my background, I have to find a new place.
Why?
Well, come on. I'm going to be the administrator of a Facebook group for the Union soldiers with Confederate flags flying behind me. I don't think that's
Oh,
so
come on.
terrible.
You've been court-martialed by every genealogy group in the North. You've been court-martialed by every genealogy group in the South.
No, not North, but in the South. But yeah, so I have to try and get my hands on some Union Civil War flags, and then get them behind me. If nothing else, get a green screen going. But
You
yeah,
gotta get a North flag on the back of your Confederate flag there, so that when you're live
flip
doing your
them.
North broadcast, you turn it
Just flip
around
them.
and show
Yeah.
that on a green screen, like you
Yeah.
said. You know?
So the group page is called General George H. Thomas, Camp Number 19, Lancaster, PA.
Okay.
So that is the group page that I will eventually be working on and taking over. Anyways, I want to get going here.
And if Jen Woodruff was here, she typed the link into the live chat right now, which is why, you know, you can see how this show really falls apart when Jen's not here.
Good Lord, listen to your dogs.
Yeah, the dogs are saying it's time to end. Everybody is home from karate. So Randy, you were about to say your goodbye, and see, I really am a dum-dum.
Why's that?
My grandson gave it to me. It's a mystery pop. I won't know until I open it up and try.
Open it up. Open it up on the screen so we can see which mystery pop is. And that's the link. Oh.
Seagram 7 and 7.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh my God. Seagram 7
No, it's not Seagram 7 and 7. It's how many licks does it take to get to the center of a dum-dum lollipop? 1,
oh my God.
2.
Don't do that.
Then you break your teeth. There you go.
No, I'm not. Very good. I'm not supposed to do that because when you have dementia and you have Parkinson's, which, as I said, is pre-Parkinson's, if you do something stupid like that, you could end up swallowing the inside of your mouth, including any bee that might fly into the room like Jen did.
How do you swallow the inside of your mouth? Or do you mean your tongue?
Yeah.
Okay, your tongue, not the mouth. So anyways, there. So look, I put the group name there in your comments.
SUVCW General George H. Thomas Camp.
Yep.
19 Lancaster, PA. That's a Facebook group.
Yep.
And Randy Rhodes said that if you tell him that you heard about Boogie with the Bull, and heard about All Roads Lead to Home genealogy by watching Boogie with the Bull, and you can tell him what the SUVCW stands for, he will give you 10 days free genealogy investigative services. What? No, that's what he said. My wife was in the background saying, "Don't lie." I'm just saying that's what Randy said.
Well,
actually, I said he'd give you 10 years, but I was joking.
Yeah. Well, I'll honor that this time, but it actually said that time frame was supposed to be just for the holiday, but no one took advantage of it anyways last time. So I don't mind you saying it this time, but it is what it is. I got 2 slots open, so if someone reaches out to me, I'll do this 10 days of 2 hours per day for free to show them what I can do for them in that time frame. And if they like what they see, the amount of research that I found for them, the idea is they'll stay with me. But yeah, when I was just this evening here, I was working on Tom Vernon's, and Tom Vernon. Every now and then you find someone who just has everything going for their family that you want in research. And this guy, he's got it in spades. And as far as royalty, as far as politicians, military, he obviously he was in for the Confederacy, so I found a lot of Confederate soldiers for him. Then there's other people who are like they're kind of boring people like like you and me. But what makes them more unique is that I'm finding pictures of their families that they didn't have before. And then when I share those pictures, I say, oh my God, that's so and so, that's so and so. I know that person. Oh my, I've never seen that picture before. And, and they're happy for it. If I can bring a smile to someone's face, I've done my due duty. But I do want to. Good Lord, but I do want to get going here. What the hell is that?
Anyways, I am going to do this before Randy goes. In August, there's going to be a change. The Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. morning caffeine programs are going to end. Whether or not Randy continues his 10:15.
I just lost my job.
Hanging at the Justice Tree.
Do I get unemployment?
No, because I heard that you're going to take over. I heard the 10:15 a.m. hanging by the Judgment Tree is going to become that last cup of caffeine before you hang from the Justice Tree.
Yeah.
But hopefully, Randy.
Between now and August, who knows? Maybe I'll think of some kind of show to pick up your time frame and then just continue.
Yep. But Tuesday and Thursday night, 7 p.m. will continue. 10 a.m. Fridays, Red Friday morning caffeine will continue with Bill Muckler. And I believe Randy Rhodes and Jen Woodruff are going to get added to that broadcast as well, because we're all reading Bill's book, 6 Off Targets.
It's a good book. It's a good read.
What we're going to be discussing over the next few weeks. So I just wanted to let people know that's what's going to happen. Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. will go by the wayside, and Tuesday and Thursdays at 7 p.m. you'll be able to come and see if we know how to operate the studio equipment.
Without all the colorful words.
Okay. All right, Randy. Always a pleasure.
I got to play back your show and I'm before I go to sleep. I want to see how many of those colorful words made it through.
Well, I know they made it through on the first broadcast before I killed StreamYard and brought it back, but I deleted that one, so I don't know if once the second.
I made one mistake, almost as bad as yours. I ended my live broadcast, or I thought I had, okay, and I'm trying, and I'm doing some stuff. I'm playing, around my office. I'm looking around, and the screen's black, and I look in the corner. It says live. I said, "What do you mean I'm live?" And it's a dark screen, and it's counting down. It's counting down the time. Yep. Oh, holy shit! I've been live for 10 minutes.
I have to look at that Android tablet because it's never done that before. It looked like it decided that while I was watching the broadcast, because that's the one, like I said, I usually use to be the live chat monitor on Facebook. It looked like it went live on that tablet at the same time, and then for some stupid reason it looked like we went live on Instagram, and we went live on Instagram through StreamYard, and we can't go live on Instagram right now. I mean, we can do it, but we're not set up to do it. Whole big process over there that you have to. But anyway, Randy, always a pleasure having you on. And
you see my Sonata
next time we're on, and people that need genealogy services, just look for the big exploding parachute that you're going to see in about 30 seconds and find Randy. You ready?
Pet my cat.
Ready? You ready? Okay. Boom. All right. Randy, our Rhodes lead to Hope Genealogy Services. Tell him that you saw him on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, and he will give you 10 days free to discover whether or not you want him to continue to look up your genealogy. And he finds great stuff. Sometimes he finds that you are royalty. Sometimes he finds out that you are not. And you are. Anyway, whether you're related to royalty or not, you are, because you're you, and maybe you should think that you're royalty. Anyway, Mama D said it best for tonight's broadcast. We're friends on both sides of the fence. And not only do I have friends on both sides of the fence, I probably have friends under the middle or sit on top of the fence because they can't decide which way they want to jump. And you don't have to. You can all come and watch Boogie with the Bull, and we can all agree to disagree on some things and agree to agree on some things when we need to. I think we all agree that we're all messed up. Who's right, who's wrong? I don't really know who's right, who's wrong. I don't want to point the fingers anymore. Just want to get people together, share some laughs, and talk about what's going on. And as I say, you watch the broadcast, you listen to what we're talking about, and then you turn it off, and you decide what is right for you and what is not right for you. And oh, by the way, it's open Trump troll season on any of our 5 million Facebook groups that we have or that I'm an admin of. And people ask all the time, why do we allow Trump trolls in our groups? And I go, because normally they burn themselves out. They spend so much time being a Trump troll in the group and getting treated as Trump trolls that they burn themselves out in a group, and it's usually highly entertaining to watch most of them burn themselves out. So anyway, I hope President Trump is taking some time and resting comfortably from what happened. I still hope that because we haven't heard anything, that there was no hearing loss or at least something that could not be corrected somehow. And as I said, as everybody seems to say, that if he turned his head a couple more inches that he had, as I said with Randy earlier, we'd all be dressed in black on this broadcast tonight. But I will end this broadcast by saying, if you only think it could happen to Donald Trump and not happen to anybody on the other side, well, you're wrong. And I don't wish that it would happen to anybody on either side. So live well, prosper, have a good life. Make sure you go out and enjoy the outside when you can every day. And call your mother every day and tell her that you love her, even though I call my mother less often than every day. Call your mother every day and tell her that you love her, drop her an email note, and do something to let her know that you love her every day, because that's important. And I don't know what other advice I can give you. Make sure you have a black belt in your family, because the high cost of reliable Secret Service protection is more expensive than having a black belt in the family. And on that note, Mama D also said, have a good night, everyone. And Dr. David Novar said hi to Dave and Randy. Have a good evening, all. And maybe David could have tried to talk us through. But basically, like I said, it just looks like the Android tablet that we use as the Facebook live chat monitor decided to have some kind of a seizure, and thought it was going live on Instagram while I was watching it on Facebook, and I can't even explain what exactly happened. But hey, we did get it covered. We got it going, and we did our best. One more reminder: the week of the 22nd of July, which is next week, Haven't decided if there will be a Boogie with the Bull Monday morning caffeine on the 22nd. We'll decide between now and then. From the 23rd to the 30th, there will not be a Boogie with the Bull broadcast because I don't believe I'm taking equipment to do one on, even though I can do one from my phone if I really wanted to. I'm not going to. We're going to visit our youngest son and daughter-in-law and our middle grandson, youngest or middle grandchild, who is 2 and 2.5. And we are going to meet our granddaughter, who will be 28 by the time we get there. No, it should be 10 weeks by the time we meet her, and get a rest. It's fun to get away and get a rest. Good night, Jane O'Malley. A pleasure to have you here. Everybody vote Trump, like Jane said, and it was fun. It did get a little crazy in here, like I said, but so we did actually end up sending the broadcast to all of the groups that we usually send it to, except for one or two that sometimes don't want it if we go off off politics. But I did send it everywhere, and if the groups don't want it, the admins or moderators will bounce it for the night or tell me, and will apologize. But you have to take life as it comes, and sometimes you just have to say, "What the bleep?" and laugh at it. Because if you can't laugh at yourself, then you can't laugh at anybody else. And I enjoy laughing at myself when I can. Jane O'Malley says, Vivek. Vivek has a chance at some point, maybe one day, he could become another Donald Trump. Meaning that he is a businessman and has the potential that he could maybe one day, I don't know, be a vice president or be president. I don't really know. I haven't really paid that much attention to him because honestly I didn't think that he stood much of a chance of becoming Trump's vice president anyway. I don't know enough about J.D. Vance really to give you an opinion on how I feel one way or the other. And it doesn't really matter. Oh, Vivek just gave a very powerful speech. So I'm sure if you go to YouTube and search him, you might be able to watch it. Or if you just type Vivek into the search bar on your favorite search engine, you might be able to see the speech. Anyway, double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end, and my dad is still laughing. I can hear him laughing really hard. So I'm glad he was entertained. And some other people up there are equally laughing as hard as they can. And if the bad F word that we use, because that came up as a topic of conversation, if the bad F word we use that I know was in the first launch of the broadcast made it into the second launch of the broadcast, then we did that at no additional charge. And if you didn't hear it, well then I don't really know. Because I know as soon as I turned this all down, shut this all down, if I fired up StreamYard again, went back to the main Facebook Live chat monitor and turned it on, it's going to work perfectly. Anyway, you've been watching Boogie with the Bull, Tuesday Night Live, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. Specialists in using outdated technology to do everything they can to both inform and entertain you at the best. We will be back Thursday evening at 7 p.m. There are rumors that Michael Anthony and I may be live tomorrow evening at 7. I'm going to say 7 because normally Michael means that he wants to do it at 8 o'clock, and that's not always good. So if we can do it at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, there's a good opportunity that Michael Anthony and I will be live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and we will be live on Facebook on my profile. Actually, I see part of it is we are live on the Patriots Lab network, which is also live on TikTok tonight. They spent most of the day over there on TikTok, and I understand they're getting fantastic results. So if we were live on TikTok, good evening, TikTok. You're more than welcome to come watch broadcasts on our neck of the woods, which, like I said, are on the David Wilson profile on Facebook, Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and whenever we're live on the Patriots Lab network, every place else we want to be. Unfortunately, if you were watching on X and realize that we are not on the at Boogie WT Bull X profile anymore, it's because we're not a premium member of X, and we can't link to the X profile anymore. You have to pay money on it, and we don't want to do that. And on that note, we have done an hour and 31 minutes. So yeah, we didn't do bad. We started late, so you got your hour and 30 minutes, and we're gonna say goodnight and try to have a pleasant day. Sleep in late tomorrow and start your day whenever you wake up. See ya. Now we're gonna hit this one.